The Bangkok tenofovir study was designed to determine whether pre-exposure prophylaxis, or PrEP, using daily oral tenofovir could reduce the risk of HIV infection among people who inject drugs. 2,413 HIV uninfected men and women who inject drugs enrolled at drug treatment clinics in Bangkok. Participants were randomly assigned to receive either a daily placebo pill or a daily antiretroviral pill that contained tenofovir. All participants were provided with a package of HIV prevention tools and services to reduce both sexual and drug-related risk, as well as monthly risk reduction counseling and HIV testing. According to Thai law, the trial clinics could not provide needles, but needles are available in pharmacies in Bangkok at low cost without a prescription. Let me just briefly summarize the key findings. The trial results provide strong evidence that PrEP is safe and effective at reducing HIV infection among people who inject drugs. 2 participants were HIV infected when they enrolled. Among the remaining 2,411, there were 17 HIV infections. Among the participants who received tenofovir, and 33 infections among those assigned to placebo. This translates to a 49% reduction in the risk of HIV infection, a statistically significant result. In addition, similar to findings from other PrEP trials, those who took study drug consistently had higher levels of protection. Among participants known to be adherent, there was a 74% reduction in the risk of HIV infection. We did not identify any significant safety concerns with the daily PrEP use, and no resistance mutations to tenofovir were found among those who became infected. Risk behaviors in the 2 study arms were similar, and needle sharing and other drug-related and sexual risk behaviors declined substantially during the trial in both study groups, likely as a result of the extensive risk reduction counseling and services provided. Some people have asked whether the HIV infections that occurred in the trial were related to sexual or drug-injecting exposures to the virus. To help address this question, at this conference we are presenting additional analyses examining which risk factors most strongly correlated with HIV infection. The results, presented in a late-breaker poster, and its number is MOLB-PE27, showed that risk behaviors associated with injecting drug use were strongly correlated with HIV infection, while sexual risk behaviors were not. In multivariable analysis, sharing needles and incarceration increased participants' risk of HIV infection, while reporting sex with a live-in partner, casual sex, or among men reporting sex with a male partner were not associated with infection in this trial. Ultimately, because participants engage in both injecting and sexual risk behavior, the results suggest that PrEP provides protection for this population against both types of exposure. The study completes a picture of PrEP efficacy, showing that it can work for all populations at high risk of HIV infection, including people who inject drugs, gay and bisexual men, and heterosexuals. We are grateful for the extraordinary dedication of our trial volunteers and salute Thailand's leadership in HIV prevention research. Their efforts provide hope that many more HIV infections can be prevented around the world.